This is That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
You're still doing that radio voice.
That's a radio voice?
I don't know. I feel like you're putting on radio voices.
Okay.
You're just trying it out. Trying out some characters.
Dean Malenko was the man of 1,000 holds. Chris Jericho was the man of 1,004. I'm the man of 1,005 voices. Wrestling fans will get that.
Well, welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. How you doing?
I've had better days, but, we can talk about that another time.
Yeah. We want to talk about something pleasant today.
I hope so.
And before we do that, we have some rules,
you
right?
Want to get to those rules? Am I not allowed to scratch my back on the fucking podcast?
So loud.
Listen, you don't want to get brand name back scratchers, so I'm going to take the one that's at my bedside.
Sir, I have told you that if you want back scratchers, you have to take charge of that project. I'm not doing it for you.
This is the prototype, all right?
This is somebody else's prototype.
It's the big Y.
Now that would be that's a project I can get behind. If you want to hand whittle these back scratchers, you go right ahead.
I think we're going to need to add to the rules. 4 and 5 is going to be no eating on the podcast and no back scratching.
Well, okay. 3 simple rules for the sake of civility. No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick. I'm not being a dick.
And neither am I. I'm just scratching an itch.
So I want to talk about something. I want to talk...
Did we get through all of the opening segment? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you didn't ask me how I am.
I usually don't, because you're always a lot more giddy than I am.
Well, that has nothing to do with anything.
Are you okay?
Am I okay? Yeah,
I'm
all right.
How you doing, Ice Cream? Having a good time? Running around?
But I want to talk about something.
What do you want to talk about?
We touched on some shit last week, and I want to go back to it, but I want to talk, because my train of thought has gone in one direction.
For those of you who can't see, I'm giving her looks.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are also, by the way, soon, we're going to start doing video.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah!
When were you going to tell me?
Well, my train of thought has gone in directions. But the one I want to focus on, the direction, the due north, I want to focus on. So last week, I dropped a very brief mention, that the Great British Bake Off came back.
Yes.
Yes. Now, we are not going to do a Great British Bake Off watch or anything like that. There is already to me the quintessential Great British Bake Off companion podcast called Bake On with Travis and Teresa McElroy, and I listen to it every week. It comes out like immediately following the episode after it comes out on Netflix.
I could probably do a much better Paul Hollywood for Halloween.
You don't have glaring blue eyes.
Contacts. And hairspray.
You're gonna need them. Yeah.
Gee, thanks a lot.
You could do Paul Hollywood. No, because you can't do Paul Hollywood without those blue eyes.
Again, contacts.
Okay.
I have a contact guy.
But again.
I have a contact.
Ha ha. But I'm not going to get into the specifics. Like, we're not going to talk about Bake Off. That's not what I want to talk about.
No, that's what our Friday nights are for.
Exactly. But I got you into watching the Bake Off on Netflix with me.
Yeah.
And there is something that I really enjoy about it that I have talked to you about, but now I want to inform everybody else. While I am a fan of particularly baking shows and baking competition shows.
Susie Homemaker over here.
Yeah, that's me. I don't do as much as I used to, but I do enjoy it. And I especially...
We still have a shelf in the cabinet full of baking supplies.
I mean, my not guilty pleasure, but like one of my like boredom activities, like one of my just zoning out kind of activities is not baking. I will go on like Instagram or TikTok, and I will just look at like cake decorating videos or dessert. Rabbit holes of like dessert baking and stuff like that, or chocolate carving. But
constructive use of time.
I specifically enjoy the Great British Bake Off because there is no prize to chase. There's no, unlike so many other cooking competition
Except
shows and everything. There's a title and there's a trophy. They give you an engraved cake stand, but there's no money involved. If this was America, any other like Food Network baking show and everything is like win $25,000 and stuff like that, you know? Like that's what they're all after. These people, on the other hand, they don't win anything other than like a notoriety. Yeah. Now, granted, that notoriety because of like the hype around it and everything. I mean, these people get book deals and everything. You know, they get cookbook deals.
They're also not very competitive. They're all smiles and hugs.
That's
and
what I'm saying. Is they're so nice to each other and they want to help each other and everything.
Thing.
Maybe.
Or a gay thing.
But, well, not everybody on it is gay.
There's a lot of gay people on that show.
And there's a lot of straight people on it,
not nearly as many.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I've watched enough of it with you.
I think that you presume that most people
on that show are gay. Let me rephrase. There's a lot of flamboyant people on that show.
Flamboyant is a totally different story.
And there's a lot of flamboyantly gay people, too.
Okay. So... what the fuck was I saying now? Because you keep interrupting
Everybody's nice. There's no prize. There's no competition.
So all of that being said, right? You, my love, my husband, my ride or die, you have told me on many occasions that you outwardly dislike competition shows.
I'm trying to remember what I would have been referencing when
like
saying
any time that I've watched like Food Network Challenge or I've watched like, you know, any sort of like reality based competition show and everything, like you are disinterested. You don't like them.
I think I've seen enough of them or too much of them to the point where I can anticipate the formula.
Yeah.
I can anticipate who's going to win. I anticipate where the dramatic moments are going to be and the commercial breaks and the, you know, like.
Well, that's an editing thing.
But it's all part of a formula. Like, you know who's going to, well, you don't know who's going to win, but I mean, you can generally sense, if you've seen enough reality competition shows, you can sense where it's going.
But why do you, like, I mean, is that just it? Is that why you don't like them?
I mean, it's not like I haven't seen them myself in my own time, but, you know, I mean, it's... If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
They don't entertain you?
You want me to watch a reality-based competition show? Put on Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune. Put on Hollywood Squares.
Those are game shows.
You know, yeah, I like game shows.
Those are game shows, but game shows are their own animal. I mean, I'm all for a good game show.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if I were to watch, like Cupcake Wars or something, like you don't want to watch any of it.
The Halloween baking show at one point.
Yeah, and we will again. Possibly immediately following this recording.
We've watched Drag Race. We've watched, what else have we watched? What else have you introduced me to?
I mean, all of the Halloween baking stuff, Halloween Wars, the Bake Off,
what's the one?
Drag Race.
What's the one on Food Network? Something it spun off into something junior. Not Top Chef.
That's not Food Network, but there's Master Chef.
The one where everybody's got ingredients underneath a lid, and they open it up, and they're like, you have to make something using these ingredients.
That's Chopped.
Chopped, yeah. I've seen every edition of Chopped.
Yeah.
I've seen the tattoo shows, including the one you were on, and Kyle was on.
We don't want to talk about that.
Oh, now everyone's going to go looking for it.
God damn it. Blech.
Maybe we should go on together. We'll do a, Where Are They Now segment.
Oh, God, you don't want to go on that show.
I couldn't, there's no way they're going to...
You don't want to go on that show.
They can't embarrass me any better than I can embarrass myself.
Nobody wants to spend the day in Newark...
Getting a free tattoo?
Getting critiqued and edited. It's a nightmare. Now, I mean, okay, now I speak from experience of being on reality TV. It is obviously all about the editing when it comes to creating drama and suspense and everything. So
Maybe that's it.
So, is that what you think? You don't like the scripted nature of it?
I don't like artificial drama, no.
Okay. Now you have... Now, having been
Why are you asking me this, though? Why?
Well, because this is something that you and I disagree on. I thoroughly enjoy some good trash reality TV. I'm well aware that it's scripted. But, but that doesn't mean I don't enjoy
Listen, I
it.
think we're all aware that things that we watch can be scripted. I mean, I've been watching wrestling my entire life, but I don't know. There's just like I remember watching the Battle for Ozfest when I was in high school. You know, because there were people on the show that I knew and admired as bands and whatnot. But I don't typically gravitate towards that type of entertainment. There's just nothing really about it that appeals to me, especially because it's artificial.
Do you think that it sows like discourse? Do you think that like it sows do you think that it sows discord? Like the way that the whole idea that we're sensationalizing competition.
No, and I think they're sensationalizing is
a little tippy toes behind
people's
me.
inability to differentiate reality from fantasy. I think there's enough people in the world that buy into it as reality or think that it's more real than it actually is.
Okay.
I think it has the capacity to suck people in just as much, if not more, than say TikTok or endless scrolling.
But even then, even like YouTube and TikTok and everything, that could very well be scripted.
I mean, it comes down to self-control,
I mean, everybody looks at, anyone doing something quote unquote real or like this is my real life and everything. It's like, is it though?
I'm hearing people on social media now complaining about the frequency with which people live stream. They have to live stream everything that they do in their lives. Everything, every bit of their daily life has to be out on the internet for people to be able to view.
I knew somebody who did a YouTube vlog every day of their life.
And
literally every day of their life for like a decade.
I thought about that at one point. Not every day, but I thought about doing things of that sort for a little while. And then I thought, like, do I even really want to? Do I always want to have a camera in my face everywhere I go? I have a hard time staring at my phone for long periods of time because it really starts to hurt my fucking eyes.
I did a TikTok post at least once a day, every day for quite some time there. And just the effort that it takes to do it is like, ugh. Like I don't want to have to come up with something to talk to people about every day.
Last summer was the totality of my TikToking. Like I haven't done really any TikToks since last summer. Or actually, no, the last one I did, I shared the teaser for the podcast when we came up with it. What was it, March?
Yeah.
But I did a whole bunch of TikToks last summer on my days off, usually like guitar related and videos where I do like playing and stuff. Yeah. And it was fun, and it didn't take very long to edit. But then I just kind of got tired of it, tired of thinking of things to do and then ways to edit it and putting it up. And I'm thinking I'm not really getting that many views anyway, so like, what's the point? It was fun while it lasted, and I may go back to it again at some point, but it's not a priority.
I've never cared about whether or not a quote-unquote reality show is scripted. I've never cared if the people, and I'm going to put people in quotes, I guess, the people I'm viewing on this show are actually playing characters of themselves. Like, it goes back to, I mean, all of the reality TV, the fucking Housewives bullshit, and like,
no interest.
Total Bellas, I loved. I know.
It's just another one.
Like, it's another one.
Legends House and all the other
exactly,
WWE-related ones.
But it's like all of these
the
things, like all the way back to fucking, what was it? Gene Simmons, Family Jewels.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit. But it's like...
Meet the Osbournes.
The Osbournes, yeah. So it's like all of these things. Like, I do not care if what I am seeing is scripted to any degree. Because it's still entertainment. Because even if I'm seeing Ozzy Osbourne playing a caricature of himself for the sake of a TV show, that's still entertaining to me.
But it still blurs the lines and it confuses people. Like,
but that shouldn't be the fault of the show.
I'm not saying it is.
That shouldn't be like a fault of like the genre.
And I'm not advocating for its non-existence. I'm just saying I choose not to participate. And I don't have to.
But you enjoy pro wrestling.
Not anymore. I enjoy going back and watching the stuff I grew up on. And not even just because of the storylines and the interviews and things like that. Like, I saw a comment the other day where somebody said WWE is currently unwatchable. And honestly, to a degree, I think it is.
It has been for a while, I think.
Well, I mean, that's our opinion.
Yeah.
You know, there are people who are getting invested in today's characters and storylines. But Jesse Ventura said something that made a lot of sense. He goes,
Jesse the Body Ventura?
Jesse the Body Ventura, former governor of Minnesota, star of the movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He said that they have talented writers sitting in a room creating Marvel Comics characters, and they're choosing from a pool of bodies and plugging them in to see who can fit that person the best. And that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And he goes, back in my day, we were responsible for getting over. You were responsible for your character and for getting over with the audience. Mm-hmm. And it's true. If you didn't get over, you didn't get paid.
But there are plenty of people who cannot, like, separate the idea of for lack of a better word, the actor from the character. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, these people are athletes also, but, like, they're acting.
Yeah, they're glorified actors.
They're absolutely acting.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, the blurred lines are huge when it comes to something like pro wrestling.
I think I'm just at a different point in my life now where I'd rather, if I'm going to watch in reality anything, let it be something that is strictly reality based.
Okay.
Like, you know, I went through my phase of watching MLB again, and, you know, because this is real. But then, of course, there are people who tell me, like, oh, they predetermine who wins because it's all about money now and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, don't take the fun out of it for me. Like, I want to watch a baseball game. Like, let me enjoy that.
That's weird.
Or I watch, you know, I don't even know if this is an actual word, but commentative.
Yeah.
Yeah, commentative
Why not?
videos that people put up about things that I enjoy on YouTube and whatnot. I will say that there were reality shows in the past that I followed, and of course you get into that mode of, like, you have to see what happens next, you have to follow it all the way through to the end, but it's just not something I seek out now.
Do you judge?
Yeah.
You do?
I mean, I would certainly never watch Drag Race on my own.
Well, that obviously.
I don't even
not your cup of tea.
Particularly want to watch it when you're watching
You don't have to. You watch it over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, I watch it in a room by myself that you then enter and remain in.
Yeah, just like everything else. Like, that's how I started watching Frasier, and that's how I started watching Schitt's Creek, and that's how I started watching In the Shadows, and that's how
You have told me, though,
what?
that you don't enjoy these things.
That's not true. I enjoy bits and pieces. But, I mean, in our time together, we've binged a lot of shows. A lot of shows that you watched and I watched and that we both watched, but at different times in our lives. And it's been fun because I've seen enough of my favorite stuff. You know, I voluntarily said, you know, like, you put on whatever, and if I like it, I like it, and if not, I retreat to my phone. But, you know, I catch a glimpse here and there, and I tend to get invested with a lot of the things that you put, because I don't need to re-expose myself to something I'm familiar with unless I really want to. Kind of like you. You will put on a show that you've already seen all of, over, like 90210, or The Nanny, or Cosby Show, or what's another one that you like putting on again? There's a whole number of other ones. Like, and I do the same thing, not necessarily in front of you, because I don't want to subject you to something that I don't think you're going to like, unless it's something I really want to watch. But yeah, no, I wanted to be exposed to different new things and gain a different perspective and be entertained by things that I had not yet seen.
Well, the good news is that you still have not actually seen all of 90210.
I've seen enough of it.
Nope.
Just like Riverdale. Like, I had seen most of Riverdale, showed it to you, you saw a couple episodes, gotta see the rest of it now.
Yes.
But we're somewhere in season 5 or 6, and I'm just kind of tired of it.
And I will finish it.
Okay.
Because I do have to know what happens. I do. I have to know what happens.
Here's the thing about any show. Doesn't matter what the subject matter does, or the not variety, what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure.
The type of show, for lack of a better word.
The genre.
Genre, thank you. Doesn't matter what it is. If they start to repeat themes or do the same thing over and over again, like, it makes it stale for me. Like, I remember watching Prison Break, and after season 2 or 3, it just kind of got repetitive, and it was the same thing. Like, the show's obviously about them trying to break out of something, like a prison, you know? And if that's just all the show ends up being about, you know, what are you going to do 4 seasons in? Sons of Anarchy got to be the same way. What's another show that I watched? I remember before we started watching Riverdale, I told you, I was like, once they started getting into the supernatural shit, like...
There's nothing supernatural!
I know. There's stuff in the show that...
It's spooky.
Yeah, but totally
but it's
unrealistic.
Not supernatural.
Yeah. I just equated it to that.
But I understand.
Once they start repeating things they've already done because they have nowhere else to go, that's like, well, I've already seen this. Why am I going to continue? Like, remember how I told you I couldn't stand in Dragon Ball Z when they would take like 6 or 7 episodes to get through an hour of real time?
That's that soap opera shit.
It's like, just fucking get to the next point. Like, we want to see the next, action point.
But, I watched Sailor Moon. And Sailor Moon, every episode of the Americanized Sailor Moon, at least. I don't know the original Japanese. But, the Americanized Sailor Moon, any of them, is literally girls having a girl problem.
Yeah.
Villain comes in. Girls try and fight, but need the help of a boy to tell them they have the power to defeat villain, move on.
It's a formula.
It's the exact same thing over and over again. Now, when I watch Bake Off, for example, every year, I know exactly. I mean, anyone who watches it knows. Week 1 is cake week. Week 2 is biscuit week. Week 3 is bread week, and then it can be a crapshoot.
I will say,
there's something about it that's just so fucking wholesome that it makes me.
The camaraderie is...
It is so wonderful. And it's almost like, as much as I enjoy other baking shows and other competitions, there is something so, just gripping about the Great British Bake Off because it is a breath of fresh air. Despite the fact that it does follow a formula, we watched the first one. Someone went home sick. So, of course, we know already that no one's going to be eliminated.
It's interesting to me to see what they come up with, because it's not the same thing time after time. They use different ingredients, especially when they do the showstopper ones, where it's just they create these lifelike and realistic-looking things. That's interesting to watch. But I'm not very adventurous when it comes to finding new TV and movies. People say to me all the time, you got to watch this new Marvel show because it ties in with the movies. You got to see this series on Netflix. You got to see this. You got to go out and watch it. And I'm like, it's not like I don't go out and consume new things as far as TV and movies go.
Right.
It takes me a very long time. A lot of times I'll watch something, even a series, long after it's not popular anymore. Yeah. I watched Walking Dead long after it had been off the air. And realized, or not off the air, but after they stopped making new episodes.
And realized how dull it is, actually.
I knew that from the beginning.
I was so into The Walking Dead. I was so into it originally, and then I couldn't force myself to get into it after a while.
Everything is a series now. Everything is seasons, and... maybe it's conspiratorial of me to say, okay, because I've probably been spouting out a lot of those lately, but there's a formula to that. I see all these videos online about people complaining that movies aren't what they used to be. Everyone's gone to TV. Why? There's more money to be made in it. Because you're going to make a hell of a lot more money when you have to make a season of a show, and then the show gets renewed for another season, and they keep coming back, and there's more production that goes into it, and you keep your jobs longer. Everybody stays employed longer.
Hopefully.
And if the show's good.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't see movies that are as compelling or interesting as, say, when we were growing up, because it's all into television now. It's all into the series.
Well,
it's all into the streaming platform.
We talked about the Hollywood formula at some point, that new movies aren't what's being made because Hollywood would prefer to create something based on a proven formula, a proven money-making formula, as opposed to taking a risk on something new.
I don't know if we talked about it or if it was in that episode of Hot Ones with Matt Damon.
We talked about it.
But somebody on one of those episodes of Hot Ones brought that up because Sean Evans asked them that.
But I don't remember if I heard it on Hot Ones or if I heard it on that David Duchovny podcast. But
I want to say it was Matt Damon who...
But you and I did talk about it.
Because they were talking about the VHS era. Because whoever it was in that episode, had said that when VHS got released, it was like your movie getting a second showing.
Yeah. Maybe it was on Hot Ones where it came from.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Because once VHS and DVD went away, there was a whole missed opportunity to earn revenue on your investment, so to speak. And you can see that in so many different, areas, so many different businesses. There's a formula for everything. Everyone wants to stay in business. Everyone wants to stay employed for as long as possible. Everyone wants to make money and earn revenue for as long as they possibly can. So what's the safest bet formula to accrue that?
And I think about that. That's the kind of thing that I do think about in the back of my mind when I'm watching something like Real Housewives. Because, quite honestly, it's like everybody knows. It's like these bitches are just here for a paycheck. And they're going to be here for a paycheck, and they're going to put their lives, what we perceive as their lives, and their family lives and everything, on display for all the world to see, and all of the drama that's drummed up and everything like that. And it's like, I would bet that maybe 20% of that is accurate to reality, is actual reality. The rest of it is editing. The rest of it is scripting. The rest of it is, we need the two of you to fight for this episode.
Like, why aren't we getting paid to do this right now? Because we don't have enough followers who are showing that attention to somebody with a big bank account. If somebody with a big bank account sees that enough people are following us, ooh, a lot of people like that podcast, must be, let's put ads into it and let's talk to them about marketing.
Yeah.
And then once we own their name and their rights and all that stuff, we can make bank off of them. And then we'll wait until years down the road when they want to buy the rights to their podcast back from us, and then we'll reap the rewards of that.
I don't know that is 100%, but I see where you're coming from.
It's likely, why? Because a lot of bands have had to buy the rights to their own music back from their labels over the years.
Yeah, but that's a contract thing.
But see, that's how things worked back in the day. You got signed to a label. The label did all your promotion and all your marketing and everything, but they owned you. They owned your catalog. They owned your likeness. They owned your name.
Yes.
And if you look at Metallica, they had to pay an exorbitant amount of money to get their back catalog back from the label, but now they reap the benefits of everything that they make and everything they sell.
But that's the contract you sign. That's the reality of contracts. Yeah. I don't know that if and when, wink wink, out there in podcast land, we get enough followers to actually monetize this thing, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden someone owns us. All it means is that someone is willing to give us money to permeate our podcast with their ad space, so that because enough people will listen to it.
If any lawyers are out there listening...
What do we need a lawyer for?
To negotiate our contract.
We don't need a fucking contract. What are you talking about? We're not going to get a contract. We're going to get interrupted in the middle of our podcast for like a Squarespace 30-second spot. That's what's going to happen, okay? And then Squarespace is going to cut us a very small check. We don't need a lawyer. That's not what this is. Not yet.
Getting back to the bake-off.
Getting back to what I was talking about, though. I don't see anything wrong with reality TV, and especially with competition TV, because I understand that it is just entertainment. It's like the Psychic Friends Network. If you actually understand that it's just for entertainment, then you don't become invested in the people.
Well, we are entertained by very different things.
I suppose that's true.
Very different things. If you look at both of our YouTube search histories, vastly different.
Well, yeah.
Mine are all about guitars and trading cards and food and raccoons and other wilderness animals, and yours are
I don't know.
You don't know?
My YouTube, I don't really use YouTube.
You don't search out things on YouTube?
Not typically, no. I search out music videos sometimes. I search out cartoons.
I mean, YouTube is where I go.
I've most recently found The Brave Little Toaster.
I don't have to pay. I don't want to pay for subscription.
Well, you do have to pay, but not for everything.
I don't pay for anything.
But do you notice that the reason why you don't have to pay is because every 10 seconds
there's an
ad pops up.
But even before that, you didn't have to pay.
No, but YouTube, there are premiums now.
I know, but you still don't have to pay. I don't have to pay for the content I watch, and I aim to keep it that way because I don't want 1 million subscriptions. Like, I had a good number of subscriptions when I first got a smart TV where I could sign up for things like that. I had Prime, and I had Netflix, and I had Hulu, and I had WWE Network when it was out. And I didn't have enough time in the day to view enough of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth it. So you think I spend a lot of time looking at my phone now. To make it worth it, I would have had to spend my entire day in front of the TV. Otherwise, what's the point in spending $10, $15, now $20 a month for some of these things?
Oh, I know. I pay for them. I'm well aware, but I use them. Yeah. And there are reasons why I use them. I can't get rid of Netflix no matter what because of The Great British Bake Off and because of Stranger Things. Can't get rid of it, ever. I can't get rid of... Well, now it's on HBO Max because it's Shark Week and all of the Food Network competitions. I can't get rid of Hulu because of Only Murders in the Building. And, and all of these things and everything. So it's like I have become hooked on
phonics.
Yes, I've been hooked on phonics since day one. But like that's just it. Is that there are things that I just get entertainment out of no matter how often I understand it's exactly the same over and over again.
And that's completely fine.
I'm like, I don't care that it's the same.
I don't watch enough series to necessitate it.
And that's fine.
To each their own, as I said to my old friend earlier. Who's still trying to get me to go to the fucking Big E.
It's over.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure he can put that one away.
Yeah, well, he's planning for next year already. Ugh. Oh, man.
But every time I want to watch something that is specifically a competition or a reality or something like that, you've had a reaction to it because I don't know if it's because you don't find it entertaining or because something about it seems to bother you.
First of all, I'm at a weird point in life, as you know. Okay. I could go into detail. I'm my interests are changing.
Yeah.
My attention span has changed. What?
Maybe you should not be on social media as much.
I'm on social media to stay informed. Which is dumb because
12 seconds at a time.
I remember when people, had been saying like when businesses and politicians and things first got into social media and they were like, don't get your news from social media. That's dumb. But that was just a ploy to...
It still is.
Everything is lightning fast now, though. So even if it starts on legacy...
It doesn't have to be. Newspapers still exist.
Right.
You can get your news from news sources.
Even if it starts there, it's still going to, go viral in a matter of minutes.
Who cares?
I like to know what's going on in the world.
So read a newspaper.
I don't always have access to a newspaper.
But you do! It's on your phone!
I thought the goal was to get away from the phone a little bit more.
Well, if you're going to use it for something like reading the newspaper, I think that's a lot better than, scrolling through raccoon videos.
What is wrong with scrolling through raccoon videos?
Absolutely nothing.
Then leave me be.
But what's wrong with me rooting for someone's cake?
I never said there was.
Yeah.
Don't.
Now there isn't because now you love it.
At no point in our relationship did I ever say you were wrong for liking what you like.
No, but you have asked me to stop it.
Have I?
You have.
When?
You've asked me to turn things off. You've asked me, do we have to watch this? And everything. And the answer is always, No, we don't have to watch it.
Maybe I was in a bad mood. Maybe I really wanted to watch something else. I can't go back and remember every single time.
But you don't do it now because now you love it.
I love you.
And I love you.
And I love what makes you happy. Because I like to
happy.
make you happy.
You see my reactions. I see when you...
There are certain things that I will not sit through.
And that's fine.
Like even Shark Week, like, can't really sit through that because it just doesn't appeal to me.
It's fine.
You know? But this is us in a relationship talking about relationship things.
Yeah.
And, we don't have to like everything that the other likes.
But that's just it also, is that, like, you and I, being in a committed, long-term, serious cohabitation here and everything, we understand that, like, there are going to be times where we are not doing the same thing. We're not on the same page. We don't want to be watching the same thing or hearing the same thing. And that is reality. That's actual reality, because there's never going to be a time where, like, like when you and I only have like a few minutes to spend together in the morning or on your breaks and everything, I get uppity when you start scrolling through your phone, because it's like you can do that whenever you want, but you and I have limited time right now. So let's focus on each other for a little while. But a lot of
times when I come home for break, you've got Schitt's Creek on, or you've got your laptop. Yes, but
do you notice that I pause it? I pause all that stuff because I'm spending time with you. So I want to focus on spending time with you.
Listen, I don't want to be up in the phone all the time. I really don't. But we spend a lot of time in front of this TV, and you know how I feel about that.
It doesn't matter. In front of the TV is the exact same thing as being in front of the phone.
Right, and I don't really want to be doing either, as opposed to some of the other things I'd rather be doing.
But you also have to admit that there are times where you put the TV on, and then you get on your phone.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
I don't have to explain myself.
You have a problem with me having the TV on while I'm working.
I don't have a problem with you having it on while you're working. I have a problem with you having the TV and the laptop and then telling me I shouldn't be on my phone because we should be spending time together.
First of all, that's when I'm, again, working. If the laptop is open, it means I'm working. I don't just tinker on a laptop. What is this, 2010?
Really have your laptop shut on your off days. Because those are your days off.
You and everyone else who thinks that days off exist.
They do. And
they do. And guess what?
Your job will not fall apart without you.
A day off means that you are not doing work. For example, I don't do work on Saturdays.
But you do work on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And I get paid for it.
You shouldn't have to. They're your days off.
This is not a matter of have to, and this is wildly off topic.
Hey, we're disagreeing on stuff.
I'm annoyed right now. I'm genuinely annoyed right now.
All right, well, I'll put the phone down when you close the laptop.
Are you getting paid to be on your phone?
No.
Shouldn't you?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not doing work.
But I am. And I'm getting paid for it.
But those are supposed to be your days off.
No, they're not. They're supposed to be the days I work from home. There is a difference. And I put the TV on so that I'm not listening to silence. Because when I put something on... All
right, we've gotten way off.
Yes, we have. I would like to get back to the point. Whatever the fuck that is. The bottom line...
Okay, Stone Cold.
The bottom line is that...
You smell what The Rock is cooking.
Does The Rock smell anything? Does The Rock cook anything?
Probably not anymore.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't know, after all the cocaine he's done.
Yeah? They don't show you that on reality TV.
You have to be an idiot to believe that these guys, especially the top ones, haven't done any drugs other than steroids.
I refuse to believe that anyone who sweats that much is not on heaps of cocaine. I refuse.
Well, that's also a lot of baby oil. Happy day.
No, happy day, Alex and Davis. Okay. All right. I'm a throw it in. I'm a toss it in.
You throwing the towel in?
Yeah, this went all over the place.
It did go all. I had no idea where this was going. This is one of those nights where she's just like, I got something I want to talk about.
I wanted you to explain to me.
And I did.
I wanted you to explain to me what your problem is with reality TV.
I don't like it anymore. I just don't.
But that's all you have to say is you just don't. Why don't you though?
I just spent the last 40 minutes telling you.
Exactly, and that's all I wanted to know.
I don't want to watch it in my free time.
That's fine. That's fine. This isn't,
Like, I have a hard time thinking of things to do in my spare time to keep my brain and my body occupied, but reality TV of any kind is at the very bottom of that list.
That's fair. But you enjoy nonfiction every once in a while, yeah? Like true nonfiction.
Most of my life is nonfiction, both in
most of you
in all mediums.
Most of your life is nonfiction. Yeah.
I see where you're going there.
I love you.
I love you too. This
has
been an interesting talk.
I love you very much.
Not a good one, not a bad one, but an interesting one.
This was an interesting one. This is this went weird.
I feel like
I
feel like some of our friends that never listen to the podcast would get a kick out of this one. If only they would. Or they'd give it a chance.
Boy.
I'll tell you what, if said people, and you know who you are, so friends of ours who do listen can, give the wink and the nod to other people.
Do I know who they are?
Yeah, we were just talking about them.
Oh, okay.
If you spread the word of this podcast to even one friend, I'll go watch any fucking reality show that you suggest.
Oh boy.
I'll give any reality show a chance as long as you spread the word about this podcast to one friend of yours that doesn't normally listen.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
That's dangerous.
And I guarantee some of our listeners know who I'm referencing.
Interesting. Well, I'm interested.
More than just me telling him.
I'm intrigued to see how this turns out.
I've even told him, I'm like, we mention you in a lot of episodes. Like, you really should. And he doesn't even want to listen to hear us.
Couldn't be bothered.
Make fun of him.
Just can't be bothered. Well, fine. Thank you out there in podcast land for listening to this talking podcast.
It's been a doozy.
This has been a doozy.
Westchester had tattoo and HorrorCon and all that.
It's called Blood and Ink. Good grief. Yes, the New York Blood and Ink Convention on November 15th, 16th, and 17th. Be there, be square. Find us on social media, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's. And thank you, Andy, for our theme song, The Guide.
Thank you for so much.
For waking up early and doing this shit on a Tuesday morning.
It's Monday.
I'm going to wake up on a Tuesday morning and do this.
Oh, the editing, yeah.
You silly goose.
You're not supposed to work on Tuesdays.
Well, then we got to get better about stuff.
From the 3 of us.
Oh my God.
Currently 2 of us at that talking podcast.
Yeah, she couldn't handle it.
I'm Downtown Andy.
Are you?
I was.
I'm JJ Star.
And we will talk to you later.